Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Alright, last episode we worked here on our setup for electric furnaces. 2.1, that's what we need. I had to do quite a bit of tweaking. If you notice, every resource has its own requester chest now. I had to double up the number of trains that were coming through. I am still a little bit concerned, possibly, as to whether we are getting enough trains in. And it is possible we'll end up with a dedicated red and a dedicated steel line to make it possible. As long as the next train in is steel, we are probably okay. There is one on its way. What is it? This one. That's a steel. So yeah, I think it might be okay now. 2.1. 2.1. It looks like we're doing the numbers we need to, so I'll leave it at that. Right, let us get on with some more of our science build. I don't know how many of those I'm going to need, so let's get 100. Let's get, say, 200 of them. Let's get, let's just make sure they're not in the trash, because that always causes a little bit of misery. Let's get some of these guys. I don't know, maybe 400 if we're getting 100 of those. If we're getting 200 of those, we need 600 of those. That won't be enough. Let's get 400. I don't know if we're using those or not. Requested chests, 200. Let's start with that collection and head on over to blue science. We've only got 3 more sciences to go. With a bit of luck, we'll get them all up and running this episode. Stand there for a second. What's F5 doing? We're at 13.6. The construction manager is still doing stuff. So I don't think blue and I don't think red and green science are doing terribly much. No, we've got this guy going, but he's dropped to 2.0. Actually, I think that would probably be because he's buffered up and there is not enough capacity to just keep producing at the maximum rate if you don't need to. So he's just stopped. And fair enough too. Good grief, that would seem to... There is one other thing that we could do with, and that's these guys. They're not in the auto trash. Good. Let's just run back, get a few more. We'll probably be doing this a few times and then sorting out exactly what it is we need for blue science. Everything has needed something of a tweak. That would seem to be the common theme. Hi guys. Yeah, all of these loadouts have needed a bit of a tweak, but it hasn't been that hard to get them up to spec. We haven't been wildly out with any of our calculations so far, and that's a pretty good and important step or place to be, I guess. Let's just run some power. Like so, so we don't have to see flashing lights, or at least not quite so many. We need one more of these. What about down the other end? Yep. That should sort that issue out. we are out of beacons, aren't we? Yes, we are. Alright, back we go. Box collection. I can't wait for the faster bot speed. It shouldn't be very far off now. Obviously we have to get all the trains in the interior, we have to run space science over. There's still quite a lot to do. Everything about a Gigabase is, there is a lot to do. So yeah, just get used to it. I might have to swap over the builds here because I don't think we're going to have enough charge built up on this one. To do a great job here. So what I'm going to do is run to about here, take those legs out. Whoops, we don't need shields, although you never know. Let's put the safety on. We don't really need that. There's quite a bit of manual work to be done here in terms of getting a few of the modules in place. Is that all the fancy stuff we have in blue? Probably. But we have the other side to do as well. Of course, this one that was pretending to take production modules can do nothing of the sort. Ooh, a blue that's missing. That's right, we probably picked it up and replaced it. Is that all? Looks pretty good so far. What about here? We may well need to increase the numbers of because there's 3 products. I don't fancy the chances of them loading fast enough, but I guess we'll see in due course. Right, let's do our manual stuff. Is that it for that lot? Yep, looks like it. Alright, over to this side. Sure if I got that entirely even, but never mind. Sure the bots will be able to sort it out, especially when they have a little bit more speed. So we are completely out of beacons at this point. Let's go back and get some more. Yeah, let's get these robots to rejoin us and get our faster legs back on. So they certainly make a difference traversing these sorts of distances. Maybe it would have been worth my while to invest in a path, a concrete path, to help me build this thing, but who knows. We still have significant numbers of resources in here. That's good. I guess what I'll do is I will get the robots to build out all of the creation here, so blue, purple and military. Oh, we are missing a piece of rail. no good reason. There you go. Purple's become incredibly simple. It really doesn't need the two loading lanes anymore. It might be worth my while to in fact remove. Oh, we need that end. What about the other end? Yes, we need them there as well. You guys are all complete. You guys would be, but we're out of beacons again. Alright, let's get some more beacons. Yeah, I think definitely with the simplification of purple, one loading bay will be more than adequate, and I don't want it'll be simpler, shorter runs, etc. if we only have the one entrance. So we will definitely do that to purple. I think red I allowed to retain its 2 lanes, but purple doesn't need to, because purple's just much lower volumes of resources even than red. Right, let's just wait for our bots to return. I think I have 74 on me at the moment, so there should be 2 more, probably these guys. Let's give them a helping hand. Where are you going? Alright. Oh, there's one more over there. Oh, and there. Okay. Take the bots off for a sec. Now, this is purple science. That's good. What I'm going to do is simply eliminate one row. I don't have a red. I can always get another and then delete it again. We are not, in fact, going to require your services, thanks. We'll have to do something else for power in here. I don't want the bots coming out and building all this stuff. These things will suffice for power. And you don't need to exist either. Right, so what's that? That's probably a bit of a fuel station or something. You are that build. Put you right there. Delete all of that. Bots back. Is that right? Yes, that is. Oops. That's new purple. Simpler, faster, better, more efficient than old purple. And we will get bot recharge back in place. Looks like we are basically beaconed out. So that means it's actually time to go back to the legs option, although they're still doing stuff. Alright. Let's get more beacons. Wonder if the construction manager has finished yet. So I'll just come over here, load up on beacons. Let's have another quick look. Construction manager, it's still doing stuff. What's it doing? And this doesn't look like there's a lot of action going on. Oh, I suppose there's some bits like this. But I mean, if the construction manager is lost, it doesn't look like he was trying to place any of these, so I don't quite get why he's being so busy. There's only 400 bots doing anything. Another horrid looking gap. This is why we get these gaps. Oh, I can't use that. Oh well, never mind. I'll worry about that some other time, but that's basically what I have to do to make sure that the solar is sort of full. Speaking of which, 693, we haven't really made a difference there, so I'm not quite sure what those bots are doing. I might just see where the range sort of cuts out. If anything, probably need these on the other side, but I'll slap one here, and we'll get some happening on this side as well. It looks like we are out of radar range down here as well. Yeah, most definitely we need one in there. We will definitely want to be able to see what's going on in science if there is an issue. We'll want to know about it as soon as possible. I've got lots of bots like that, I need those. Now it's blue and purple science running together that is going to kill our iron production, I think. I'm certainly dubious that there's enough to support both of them with the amount that we have at the moment, along with everything else that needs to be going. Because there's quite a lot of iron that's actually burnt up in circuits, even though it seems to be mainly a copper thing. I mean, 1 iron plate per green circuit, it's basically the same as copper once you've got productivity modules in the first step for copper. And we are beaconless once again. And there's a hole in the track once again. Alright, we'll just wait for these ones and then run back and get more beacons. We are probably getting close to the last time for that. If I had a little bit more free space in my inventory, I would probably... oh, you guys are just going to have to catch up. I would probably bump up the number of beacons that I'm putting on board each time, but we don't, so never mind. Alright, load me up, guys. How many more beacons do you in fact have? 754, so we are getting to the point where where we'll soon see if we should have cancelled the remainder of the beacon order or not. Not that it matters, we can always just get the supply train to turn around and get the rest, and it's probably had plenty of time to build more by now. So that's certainly a good thing in the long run. You probably need your better charging. How's the beacon supply getting thin once again? But purple science looks like it's almost done, certainly done from a beacon point of view. So we come up to military science. And we are out of beacons once more. These guys, if I remember correctly, can take prod modules. Oh, he can't. He'll need some speed modules. Bullets will need some speed modules. Grenades, I'm pretty sure they can't take prod. No. And bullets. And grenades. And gun turrets. 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 Turrets. Is that everything now? Looks to be. We have another hole here. I guess I should be getting used to that. Speed modules. We may actually run out of speed modules before we have all of these guys sped up. I think we'll just make it actually. Okay, are there any missing assembly machines? It looks like the answer to that is an emphatic no, so we don't need any more of those. Let's get 300 of those, in which case we will need... Actually, we only need 600, that's right, it's 2 times. And legs time. Do I have time to set up all the publishers? I doubt I've got time to tune all the science. Oh, no room beacons. Alright. I doubt I got time to tune all of the science in the rest of this episode, so maybe setting up the publishers and tuning the science is something that can wait for the next episode. We do still need to fill out these accesses. Oh, I'm out of rail. I didn't even notice that. So I guess I might finish the rail infrastructure between episodes, and we can do the publishers and the tuning of the science and see what damage it does to the... we're out of beacons again. We're going to have to go back one more time. See what damage it does to our overall UPS. Whoops, I need that. We certainly needed all of this stuff. How are we going for beacons? We only have 214 left. I don't think we need all of the ones we actually are carrying at this second, so we should be fine. There's just a few here and a few here as far as I can see. Yeah. Did that easily. And did that easily. Oh, that radar is in a bad spot. We do not wish to lose any production efficiency, but we probably do need the radar, so you can go there. Anything else that we need? It looks like there's a dark patch just down there. Put a radar here. Get rid of that. And aside from the rail hookup and the publishers, I think science is basically done. So yes, next time we will hook up the publishers to the science, and we will test their performance, and depending on how we go for time, I don't need these guys anymore. Depending on how we go for time, we will be looking to, and yeah, we obviously did overindulge with those guys. We will be looking to possibly even set up the science trains themselves. I think that might be pushing our luck, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm looking forward to next episode. Hope you are too. Looking forward to seeing you then. Bye bye for now.